It is Matt for AVNation.tv. We are here in Orlando, Florida at InfoComm 17, and I'm here with Bob from BlackMagic. How are you, sir?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Bob, I've been a huge fan for years. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a big BlackMagic guy. But I know you primarily from NAB.
Right.
When we were working in House of Worship, you guys were huge in that space, and I still remember to this day going to some of the first NABs that I went to, and you guys had one of the biggest booths around. It was stinking awesome. But you're new to this space a little bit. You've only been exhibiting for what, 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
So why is InfoComm important to BlackMagic Design?
Well, I think as the AV industry has sort of migrated more and more to SDI and HDMI products, we fit in that space.
Right.
And also we've geared some of the newer products to work better with digital signage and iMag and things like that. So this space has definitely grown in terms of BlackMagic's presence in it.
Right.
But also I think there's a lot of crossover. We get a lot of people that either couldn't make it to NAB that come here. They kind of look at it as a secondary broadcast environment.
Right.
Except, broadcast is like a loose term these days. Anyone that has a camera is now broadcasting.
Right.
So,
Right.
and that's the other thing is that more people are looking to do more audio video content across the board. Whether it's hospitals or it's churches, schools, all these things, because the price points are there, especially from us, that allow people to do more with less.
Very good, very good. So what have you got new on the show this year that you're displaying?
Yes, we have two new switchers, ATEM Television Studio HD and ATEM Television Studio Pro HD.
Okay.
The first one, $995. It's a 4 HDMI, 4 SDI switcher. It's got one upstream key, two downstream keys. It's all in a little 2/3 rack unit box, so you can switch off the front panel. And then the Pro version is the same amount of inputs and outputs and keys, but it has a full functioning desk panel, so you can operate everything from there, all the transitions and the keys and everything's right there in your hands, and audio, and it's just it's an all-in-one package. It's $22.95, so it's a very affordable product, and it fits in a lot of spaces.
Are you finding that we're getting beyond, in a lot of video production and say lecture hall type applications, we're getting beyond that non-switching environment and going towards a full requirement for camera switching and the like?
Yeah, we find it because a lot of times people want to put up, say, a PowerPoint presentation and a picture of the speaker, right? So you need picture-in-picture for that. So I think people's expectations for what they're viewing continues to get raised. The bar keeps getting raised, and I'd like to think that we have something to do with that, and by enabling people to do it at a price point that they hadn't been able to do before. So once we get those words out, people are like, oh, actually we could do it that way. And it would look better. So.
Do you find that it's a bit of a driving factor occasionally because of, just like what you said, people expect to see certain things, and now the technology, not that it has to catch up, but we have to start implementing it appropriately to catch up to what people expect to see?
Well, I think that's it. Like in the House of Worship area, someone will go out of town. They'll go to a church and they'll experience what they're doing with iMag inside, and they go, "Why aren't we doing this?"
Right.
And I think that happens with a lot of events. I mean, I remember the transition to HD, period, way back when. I'm old. But when the commercials, at first people are like, oh, who's going to do the first one? Well, it doesn't matter. Whoever does the first one is going to make the CEO of that company say, well, why aren't we doing it? So,
exactly.
And so that kind of, and what happens is initially people say, well, we can't do that because it costs too much money. And then they do a little research and go, oh, actually we could do that. So, and I think that's what kind of perpetuates a lot more of this.
Very good. What else have you got on the floor that's new and exciting?
So we have a HyperDeck Studio Mini, which is a mini recorder. So it's a 1/3 of a rack unit, and it records on SD cards. And then we have this other product that's called the BlackMagic Web Presenter, which is basically plug in either HDMI or SDI, and you take the USB out of it into a computer, and it looks like a webcam. So I can put 4K video into it. It'll make it 720p because that's what Facebook Live needs or YouTube Live, one of those. But when you connect it, even with Skype, it looks like a webcam.
Very cool. Now, has that replaced things like, and I may get the model name wrong, but like the Studio Link or Studio Deck?
Oh, Deck Link. Yeah. No, so the Deck Links can be used to do some of that, but mostly that's just for ingest and play out. What this does is a lot of software if it sees a full bandwidth signal, it says,
Right.
whoa, 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 what are you doing?
Okay.
Whereas this automatically sets it to 720p. It shakes hands as if it's a webcam. So the software says, oh, it's just a webcam.
Okay, so
Little do they know what we're feeding it.
very good. Anything else that we should know about?
Well, I think we did an update for our cameras. We have a new BlackMagic Ursa Mini Pro, and we just we're going to start launching this new software app for the Bluetooth technology that was hidden in it when we shipped it.
Ooh.
So now you can have an app that you can control the camera remotely.
Really?
And we're also going to publish an API so people can write their own apps, because just in case you don't want to be able to record, if all you want to do is enter metadata, you write your own app so you have exactly what you want.
So you can literally have like a Bluetooth CCU for it.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Where can people find out more information about, obviously, the products we talked about, but everything else?
Right. So if you're at the show, you can come to booth 4001, but online we are at blackmagicdesign.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much. For more video from the show floor, please visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.